Welcome back to the Lead2Xceed platform with me, Henry Baye. In my last episode, I dealt with the subject of respect in leadership, and I focused most of the conversation on how leaders should show respect to the people they lead and how important that is. In this sequel to that discussion, I would like to look at the reverse, which is how people show respect to leaders. In the earlier episode, I put out a definition of respect as recognizing the inherent worth and value of other people and honoring that value in our words, actions, and behaviors. In one of his writings, the popular Paul the Apostle in the Bible admonished his readers to appreciate and respect their leaders and to hold them in the highest regard for the work that they do as leaders. We live in an era where different generations place different emphasis on respect, to the extent that some people think that respect is either an outmoded concept or an overrated subject. The paradox, though, is the followers expect leaders to treat them with respect. But at the same time, some of them do not think they deserve to treat their leaders with respect. It is shocking sometimes to hear conversations held behind the backs of the people who lead them, and yet they will be infuriated if they heard their colleagues saying the same things about them. So is there still a place for respect for leaders in organizations? For starters, let me put out a few truths about respect. Yes, it is true that leaders must earn respect rather than command it. Yes, it is true that leaders who respect are more likely to attract respect. Yes, it is true that some leaders attract more respect than others. And it is also true that when employees demand respect, it is not because they are the most respectful employees. They just think it is their right to be respected by leaders. Now, let me share a few ways in which, over my time as a leader, I have seen followers manifest disrespect. The first one is they show disrespect in the use of rude language when speaking to or speaking about people. They show disrespect by a habit of constant cynicism about the company strategy and everything that leaders communicate. Disrespect in followers also shows in them not placing value on company-wide initiatives which leaders put in place to drive a shared vision and team bonding. Disrespect in followers shows up in what is known as fanful respect, where people show a semblance of respect when they are in the presence of leaders and totally rubbish them when they are not in their presence, either because of their gender or race or other factors. Disrespect in followers also shows up when followers do not only show such behavior, but also whip up similar sentiments in other followers. When it comes to respect for leaders, I have tried to plot it in a two-dimensional chart of respect and performance. Employees who are low on respect but high on performance, such employees acquire a false sense of importance derived from the praise they get from their high performance. To them, everyone must be at their beck and call. They value performance above values, and so they tend to think that leaders depend on them. They lack self-awareness and only define themselves in their performance. They tend to be toxic in how they talk about leaders to other people. Some of the people in this category can also be the best advocates for strategy when they are put in charge to drive certain change agenda. The challenge is soon enough their disrespect for leaders starts to show up in their disrespect for others. The second category are employees who are low on performance but high on respect. Such employees may be by nature respectful people or want to use respect as a tool to make up for their poor performance. They may actually not be respectful underneath, but need to be for their own survival. They may use emotional blackmail when demands are made on their performance. Some employees in this category are just very respectful and may be genuinely struggling with their performance. This category are the most likely to benefit from coaching and performance improvement efforts. Employees who are low on both performance and respect are the least valuable employees who do not add value by way of organizational performance and also do not help create a healthy work environment. These employees, where they feel a sense of entitlement, can also be very toxic to organizational progress. They are the least likely to benefit from coaching. The fourth category are employees who are high on both respect and performance. This quadrant of employees will house your most productive employees. These are the people who are most likely to be very committed to the organization's goals and will support their leaders to achieve them. They show respect to leaders in their words and actions and encourage others to do so. Obviously, this is the quadrant that every leader will wish to see their followers in. My question is, which quadrant do you sit in? I would like to end this chat by making the following submissions. Number one, being a high-performing employee is not a license to be disrespectful to leaders. In fact, leaders who place more value on organizational values than performance will quickly seek to dispense with such employees. Number two, you cannot attract what you don't respect. Followers who are seeking to themselves become leaders one day must learn how to show respect to leaders. Or either they will never become leaders at the levels they desire, or they will fail when they get there. I have seen a correlation between how boys treat their sisters at home and how they end up treating their own wives in the future. Watch how you disrespect your leaders, because chances are it will show up in how you treat people when you become a leader. A lot of what happens in society and in organizational settings are driven by perception. And leaders form perceptions of their people, and these perceptions affect decisions they take on the people. Followers whose leaders think they are respectful are more likely to be trusted and therefore given more opportunity by their leaders. My request to you today is become an ambassador of creating a respectful working environment where people's dignity and worth, whether they are leaders or followers or peers, are valued. As always, do you have a leadership question that you would like answered? Have you heard anything in this video that has triggered a question on your mind? Or is there any thought that you would like us to explore some more? If you answered yes to any of these, then by all means send us a question or comment or feedback via this channel or the email on your screen. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, hit the notification or bell button so that you'll be the first to know when we share new content. This has been me, Henry Baye, on the Lead2Xceed chart. Lead2Xceed, inspiring leaders, multiplying impact.